Thanksgiving, and we've got your helping of hoops in Columbia, Missouri tonight. It's a non-conference matchup inside Mizzou Arena. The South Carolina State Bulldogs come into town to face the Missouri Tigers. Hi again, everybody, along with more Mizzou forward Sierra Porter. I'm Ben Arnett. And CP, it's been an up-and-down start to Missouri's season, but Nick Honor has been their consistent leader.
Yeah, like you said, Nick Honor has been by far their most consistent player when it comes to his production, but also when it comes to his leadership. You can tell he has the confidence that comes with being a vet, and also just the work that he's put in this offseason.
He is a sixth year. He is leading the way for Missouri. They wanted to shoot more, and he certainly did in Sunday's shocking loss to Jackson State, leading Missouri with 17 points. But from a six-year guy to a first-year guy, as you see Honor here with averaging nearly 13 points per game, and he has increased his three-point percentage in particular. But as I was about to say, from a veteran, a six-year guy to a freshman, it has been Mitchell Taylor leading the way for South Carolina State.
Yes, Mitchell Taylor has been leading the Bulldogs with his 12 points and his 4 assists per game, which is second in the conference in assists.
And he is off to a great start in his college career, and he hopes to pull off an upset here tonight. Dennis Gates, second season as Missouri's head coach, said needs his team to bounce back tonight. And across the way, in his second season coaching South Carolina State, it is Eric Martin, former standout player at Cincinnati, longtime assistant coach at West Virginia. So we're ready to go. Missouri went to the opening tip. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. We're glad you're getting yours started with us here on Thanksgiving Eve. Nick Honor for Missouri running the show, as he has early in this season. Missouri 3-2. Again, coming off the shocking loss in the final 10 seconds to Jackson State on Sunday, looking to bounce back here tonight. Loss on Monday, and Sean East gets it to go for South Carolina State at Tulsa. Starting lineup for the South Carolina State Bulldogs is Mitchell Taylor, their leading scorer, and Davion Everett, number 55, among the leaders in the MEAC in rebounding. He's averaging 7.6 rebounds per game. Three-pointer early on from Omar Krosky off the mark, and Missouri will get it knocked out of bounds by Everett. Missouri going with the same starting five as their last outing on Sunday. Second straight start for the big man, 7'5" Connor Vanover, Sean East, Nick Honor, and Noah Carter, the three returners from a year ago, mainstays in the starting lineup the first couple of weeks of this season for Dennis Gates. John Tonje also making his fourth straight start, gives it up, gets it back, and turns it over. It's Omar Krosky with the steal, gives it up in transition, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Sean East. That was Drayton Jones attacking the basket on the break.
As you can see here, they are running the floor well. You've got 3 guys down the court to Missouri's 1. They just got to hustle back and stop those points in the paint, which the Bulldogs are so good at.
This will send Drayton Jones to the line. He's a 58% foul shooter this year. He's a freshman who's also been instrumental in the start for Eric Martin along with Taylor. Jones had 12 rebounds in his college debut and hasn't really slowed down. He had 19 points and 8 rebounds on Monday against Tulsa. 9-2 in the early going. A little pressure from South Carolina State. Missouri breaks it. Long pass across to Tonje into the first row. There's a turnover on Missouri. Their second turnover in the first minute and a half of this game, and that was the problem on Sunday against Jackson State.
Talking to Coach Gates, that's the main thing that he wants to clean up is the turnovers that are just unforced.
Taylor guarded by Honor, the freshman against the sixth year. Fun matchup to watch here tonight. Krosky in the paint, got it back. And nobody home on the same attempt, and so there's the first turnover of the ball game for the Bulldogs. East breaks it up against the pressure. Vanover way far out from the basket. The big man puts it on the floor. Knocked out of bounds by Taylor. Jackson State just threw waves of energy at Missouri on Sunday, and it looks like South Carolina State is trying to replicate that.
They came in here with energy and ready to play. They're all over Vanover right there. He's got to be stronger with the ball. You got to see the defense right there in front of Honor and just be patient for a second, calm down, and just look for the open guy.
Vanover started on Sunday, only played about 3 minutes, and he's out of the ball game 2 minutes into this one as Missouri brings in Jesus Carolero Martin. Honor on the drive. Out to East to reset. There's only 1 second on the shot clock, and East beats the buzzer but can't get it to go. In transition. Fine in the middle for Everett. Kicks it back out to Crosby. He hit the side of the back row, but Everett's right there. South Carolina State has their first lead.
One thing you have to be aware of is this team wants to get to the paint. They want to get to the rim. So knowing that, you have to start chopping down your closeouts early rather than running out on the three-point line like that.
Carolero. They're really forcing Missouri out to the perimeter and almost force another turnover there.
You can see here, just drive into the paint, and then they have a guy that is right there to get the offensive board. And that's another thing that Coach Gates said this team is so good at. They're so good at getting second chance opportunities, and the Tigers really have to box out tonight.
Missouri being out-rebounded and nearly going 2-1. Here is Carter asserting his will in the paint, but can't get it to go. Rebound by Atiba Taylor, making his first start of the season tonight. In transition, it's Everett attacking the baseline. Good contest by Carolero. But Everett comes away with it and scores.
And the Bulldogs came to play.
And they are trapping Nick Honor right now. Missouri has not matched South Carolina State's energy early in this game. And it's knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs and stay with Missouri.
They're just playing so strong right now. You know, he gets the block, and then right there, that's a loose ball where whoever is going to fight more is going to get that ball. And you see the Bulldogs tonight, they came in ready to throw punches. They're ready to play, and they want to get this one on the road.
They've certainly brought the energy. Missouri goes back to the bench again. Tamar Bates and Anthony Robinson replace Nick Honor and John Tonje. We knew that Dennis Gates was going to try a lot of different combinations early in this season with all the newcomers. And we're seeing that in the first 3.5 minutes of this one. East to Carolero. Just as I say that, Jordan Butler, one of the freshmen, pops up off the bench. He'll check in at the next opportunity. East lost control. Poked away and stolen. Another turnover by the Tigers. In transition, Carter gets back defensively to cut off Jones, and they will reset. Taylor. Atiba Taylor. Being guarded closely by Bates. Michael Teal just into the game. Finds Taylor. Now late in the shot clock, Taylor finds his way to the hoop and goes glass. It's 8-2 South Carolina State. Missouri's already on their heels.
Yeah, I think the Tigers are a little bit stunned with the intensity that the Bulldogs have come in here with. They're up in their grill defensively, and they're playing strong offensively.
Active hands. They're getting their hands on the basketball quite a bit on the defensive end. Robinson, nice fake and drive and kick and swung around. Carolero to East. Carter had an open look but fumbled the basketball. Now late in the shot clock, a blocking foul is called. So that'll earn a trip to the foul line for Noah Carter. South Carolina State shot out of a cannon to start this one. They have been all over Missouri, and they're off to an 8-2 lead.
They're playing strong. They're getting loose balls. They're getting second chance opportunities. They're just all over right now. They're all over Missouri, defensively and offensively, and that's why they're up 6 points going into the break.
Live sports.
Middle of their long road trip to start the season, and they took it all the way down to the final seconds, and there was the game-winning basket with 5 seconds to go.
You know, it's hard when a team comes in, punches you in the mouth to start the game, and then you're playing catch-up on your home court, and you're always trying to regain that advantage. They just got to learn to execute off the bat, and they have to learn to execute at the end of the game as well.
How does Missouri rebound after a game like that?
I think it's just sticking together as a team, not letting it get you down. It can be frustrating, you know. It's a game that you expect to win, that you're probably supposed to win, and sometimes that can cause division, but the teams that learn from it are the teams that stick together.
That was Dennis Gates' message to his group. He said after the Memphis game, Missouri's first loss of the season, almost 2 weeks ago, you got to turn losses into lessons. Otherwise, all it does is break you apart.
Especially this early on in the season. You know, there's still a lot to learn. Like you said, there's so many new faces in different lineups, but that just doesn't excuse the effort. That's the thing that you have to have at all times, is come out with effort and finish the game with effort.
Are you seeing some of the same things so far tonight that we saw on Sunday?
As far as turnovers, we're seeing the same story unfold. I think it's just going to be how do they respond now. They have that timeout. They probably gathered themselves a little bit, and we'll see how the Tigers come out now.
Missouri's turned the ball over 3 times in the first 5 minutes of this ball game. Coming out of the first time out of the game, Missouri switches up their defense, going with a zone late in the shot clock, and getting it to go as Caleb McCarty just checked into the game, and he makes it a 10-4 Bulldog lead. It's a 10-0 run for South Carolina State, and a foul called, and maybe that's something Missouri can do to get this thing back on the right track. Just saw Carter hit a couple of free throws, pile up some fouls, and maybe score some points at the line.
Yeah, they just got to play tougher. They can't let these guys keep getting their hands on the ball in all the passing lanes. They're roughing them up on defense. You just got to be strong with the ball.
East gets it into Carolero, and now they'll reset. East to East. South Carolina State's done a great job of keeping Missouri stuck on the perimeter. There they get some penetration to the hoop, and it's slammed down by the freshman Jordan Butler.
That's what you have to do. You have to find the gaps and find the open guy. They're really, like you said, keeping them out on the perimeter, but if you get some ball movement, if you increase the number of passes on each possession, that's what Coach Gates is talking about, is they need more passes. They need to swing the ball, and then you're against the weak side of the defense instead of the first strong defense.
Long miss, long rebound. It's loose. Butler on the floor, fighting for that. And a jump ball is called, and that will stay with South Carolina State on the alternating possession. Another look at Missouri getting into the paint last possession.
You can see he just sneaks behind the defense right there. You got to penetrate and look for your open teammate, because if someone is helping up, that means they're leaving a space on the back end.
Jesus Carolero Martin has been fantastic finding his teammates. That's his 15th assist in the season. He's only turned the ball over 3 times, and that's the kind of efficiency that Dennis Gates loves. Missouri goes back to the bench. They bring in 3 fresh faces. It's John Tonje, along with Caleb Brill and Nick Honor. Jesus Carolero Martin leading Missouri in the assist category early in this season. There's a good take to the basket by Drake Jones.
You know, the Tigers knew going into this game, that's what they do. They get the ball down low, they get close to the basket, and that's where their money shots are. They're not going to be knocking it down like crazy from the 3-point line, but they are going to do what they're good at and get the ball in the paint.
Chance to push the lead here for South Carolina State. Michael Teal hands off to Jordan Simpson, who just checked in moments ago. He spins his way to the basket, but can't get it to go. Missouri quickly in transition. Tonje out to Robinson, swung around to Butler. Here we go again for Missouri. Stuck on the outside. Robinson, offensive foul is the call.
You know, that's the difference. The Tigers are getting stuck on the perimeter, whereas the Bulldogs are playing downhill. On every catch, they're trying to get a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the basket.
So look at the offensive foul on the freshman Robinson. 2-year point, Sierra. 8 of South Carolina State's first 12 points have come in the paint. They're getting high percentage shots. Missouri, meanwhile, loves the outside shot. They've only attempted 1 3-pointer in the first 6+ minutes of this one. Driving is Teal. Good look. And the finish that time by Jordan Simpson.
Yeah, like you said, those are high percentage shots. Just getting in the paint, getting close to the basket, that's easy.
Largest lead of the first half for South Carolina State. Robinson, guarded by Caleb McCarty. Tigers get the switch. Robinson gets it out to East. And East, the pull-up, got it to go. Badly needed basket for Missouri. South Carolina State attacks the Missouri pressure. Out to Teal. Teal with a good look. Extra pass. Wilson Dubinsky now with 10 to shoot. Dubinsky from way out. Got it to go. Everything is falling for South Carolina State. They've hit 6 out of their last 8 shots and have built a 9-point lead. Here's Grill from way out. Can't answer. South Carolina State dominating the glass, out-rebounding Missouri 7-2.
And that's going to be kind of what it boils down to, is can you limit second chance opportunities and also do you limit points in the paint?
Another high percentage look at the paint for South Carolina State. Caleb McCarty and company are fired up. They lead by 11, and that draws a timeout by Dennis Gates. South Carolina State in complete control on the road. Great looks, great finishes here.
Yeah, they're getting anything they want right now. They're knocking it down from beyond the arc. They're getting into the paint. They're getting second chance opportunities. They're getting great assists. You know, they came in here ready to play, and they're up 11 going into the break.
Live sports.
East along with Tom J. Carter, Grill, and Nick Honor open in the near corner. They're pounding East on the opposite side, and he finds Tanje. 3 to shoot. East is caught on the baseline. Tanje has to put it up. Honor fighting for the loose ball and got it. And there's some energy we haven't seen from Missouri in the early going.
That's what they've got to do. They've got to be the ones that are first to the ball. Whichever team is like ready to throw their body on the floor for the ball is going to be the team that comes up with the win, because it's going to boil down to toughness. Both of these teams can score. Both of these teams can defend. But who's going to go the extra mile and sacrifice himself for the extra possessions?
Probably not a surprise that Dennis Gates has gone with his most experienced lineup. All 5 guys on the floor right now, extensive college experience. Looked like a travel on Morrow. They didn't call it. He goes glass with the hook shot. Carter at the top of the key. East with a cut to the basket. No pass, though. Grill with an open look. Left a little short. Carter crashes the boards, and he fouled Drayton Jones. 3rd team foul on the Tigers. First personal on Carter. Tanje checks out. Aiden Shaw checks in. This is Shaw's first action. Missouri bringing the pressure, and they force the turnover. Honor the steal, puts up the 3. And coming away with it is South Carolina State. Tiva Taylor. Mitchell Taylor on the wing. Yet to score tonight. Tiva Taylor gets it to go. And he's got 4 points.
They're all playing tough and playing through contact.
Again, leading scorer for South Carolina State, yet to score in this game. They're up by 13. Carter. They count it on the goaltend and a trip to the line and an opportunity for a 3-point play for Noah Carter.
South Carolina State is really just getting to the rim anytime they want. They're playing tough, they're playing physical, and they're playing downhill, and they're getting any bucket that they could wish for.
They're going to review this to make sure they got the call right. The call on the floor was a goaltend on the shot by Carter, plus the foul and a trip to the line, and we'll see if that holds up. this is a South Carolina State team comes into the game at 2-3. When they've lost big. They've lost by an average of 24 points in their losses. They got beat 90-70 on Monday night in Tulsa. But they've come in here with all kinds of energy, and the confidence is just going to build and build and build.
Yeah, maybe they're the ones that learned something from that loss. 20 points to Tulsa, that's not a good feeling. They're on the road. They want to get this win. They want to show that they've learned from their mistakes. And, I'm sure the Tigers want the same thing, but it just hasn't proven tonight.
Missouri looking for a spark as we take another look here. Off the glass and then slammed off the glass by Morrow. And it looks like the ball on the floor is upheld. It stands. And we're told by the officials that's a new rule put in play or put in action for this year with the goaltend off the glass and the continuation. And so it will be a three-point play opportunity for Noah Carter as he tries to trim this Missouri deficit to 10. Gets it to go. Tamar Bates comes into the game for Missouri, so it's Honor, Grill, Shaw, Bates for Missouri. They'll try to get this thing turned around. Midway point of the first half. It's been all South Carolina State so far. Tina Taylor. Missouri with the zone again. That was kicked by Grill and will stay with South Carolina State. Taylor, Krosky, along with Mitchell Taylor, Everett, and James Morrow on the floor for South Carolina State, trying to build on their 10-point lead. Certainly looked like they got a foot on that one too. Was out of bounds off of Honor, and it stays with South Carolina State. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
I think maybe they've woken up a little bit, getting their hands on some passes, getting some kickballs, just being more active and trying to pack it in the paint.
It's just been too easy for South Carolina State to get to the basket, hasn't it? Whether they've been off the dribble or on cuts. There's another great look at Everett. Powers through the contact.
They're just losing the guy in the back end. That's happened a couple times now where he's just sneaking behind them, getting that pass. They're really looking for each other down there.
Devion Everett had 6 points. Missouri's going to bring Connor Vanover back in. As a foul is called. That'll be the 14th foul on South Carolina State. Backdoor cut here.
Yeah, backdoor cut, and then just finishing through contact. They're not looking to get the foul call, they're looking to score, and then, eventually you get the and one. That's just a bonus. That's the way you play tough, and the way you, don't back down from the physical game.
7 different Bulldogs have scored. Their lead at 12 at the moment. They're looking to reset things offensively here a little bit. Find Vanover. Honor gave everything. 20-plus feet from the basket for Missouri. That one goes off the back iron from Grill. His outside shooting woes early in the season continue. Mitchell still looking for his first points. Instead, he has a good look, and that one just rattles in and out. Vanover comes away with the rebound. Bates out to Grill. Grill gets to the hoop, but gets caught under the basket, and now he is slow to get up. Numbers the other way. Mitchell gets his first points, and it's a 14-point South Carolina State lead. Mitchell Taylor there with his first basket. Bates looking to drive, gets cut off. Good cut by Shaw, but it's stolen away. 2-on-1 break the other direction. Taylor, 2 of the trailer, Krosky. And another timeout.
They're getting transition bucket after bucket because the Tigers are not taking care of the ball the way that they were hoping to tonight.
Dennis Gates, frustrated, went straight to one of the officials to discuss that last drive by Caleb Grill. South Carolina State, man, they are running, they are scoring, they are not looking afraid, and they are in complete control on the road. A 16-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Fashion always came easy to me. Then I
Missouri trailing by 16. Dennis Gates is not happy about that. This is what he was specifically upset about right before we went to break. The drive by Caleb Grill. This did not draw a foul. Heavy contact with the body by James Morrow. And Sierra, you don't see Dennis Gates show very much anger at all when he's coaching, but he went straight to the official to complain about that last one.
Yeah, I understand the frustration on that one. There was a lot of contact on that play, and that's what you want. You want to respond to them playing downhill with the Tigers also playing downhill. And Caleb Grill, he got to the basket. He was going up strong, and then it's frustrating to not get the call. But at the end of the day, that's not the reason they're down 16. There are other things to focus on. There are other issues. They've got to take care of the ball, and they've got to just pack it in the paint defensively.
Missouri is being outscored in the paint 22-6. They're over 6 from the outside. So not a lot is going well for the Tigers offensively in this first half. Lamar Bates unable to turn it around, but there's Sean East with the rebound, and he'll get a trip to the foul line.
That's what you got to do to get back in this game. It's the hustle plays and the effort plays, getting second chance opportunities, and then taking your time with that pump fake and going up strong, getting to the line.
Sean East started out on fire the first 3 games of the season. He has cooled a bit the last couple. That one goes down. Of course, didn't have his best game against Minnesota, but had the huge shot when it counted to complete the comeback last Thursday.
I think he's someone that's going to be really reliable for them down the stretch, though. It's normal early in the season to have a couple funky games, but he's proven that he can be a scorer and he can be a threat and contribute to the Tigers' success.
He has 6 points to lead Missouri so far tonight. He's down to a 14-point game. Dennis Gates has called a couple of timeouts in this first half to try to get this team straightened out. Once again, zoning. This is Shamon Alston for the first time. Tiva Taylor trying to go down low. Aiden Shaw with an effort play to create the turnover. East, Vanover, the big man, knocks down the 3.
And that's why you put him back in the game. He got the tip on that pass down here in the paint. He's so long and lengthy that he just makes it hard and he disrupts things in the paint. And then, sprinting down the court, knocking down the 3. Those are good minutes for Vanover.
Who had the 7'5" guy knocking down the first 3-pointer of the night for Missouri. And on the out-of-bounds line, right in front of the Missouri bench. So, for the first time, Missouri stringing some momentum together here, and the crowd is involved for the first time.
And it's come from the effort plays. They've stepped it up. Like I said, he just sacrificed his body to save that ball, and then they get the momentum. They're going down court, knocking down 3s. We might see them claw their way back into this game now.
Missouri's got it down to an 11-point game. This is the closest they've been in the last 3 or 4 minutes of game time. Honor had some opening in the paint and can't get it to go. Shaw trying to earn a tie up there. Missouri looking for a stop. Alston. Over to McCarty. Good look. Simpson in the paint. Rejected by Vanover.
That's a smart move by Coach Gates. Get that guy in the paint. Try and slow down their paint production.
And another 3 from the opposite corner. Maybe Missouri's heating up from the outside. Eric Martin calls timeout, trying to slow the Tigers down before they really get the momentum rolling, as Mizzou is back within 8.
Coach Gates put Vanover in the middle of that zone to try and slow down the paint points, and he's done exactly that. He's so long, it's hard to shoot over him, it's hard to pass around him, and then they're getting those transition buckets, just looking up ahead.
Nick Honor was just 3 for 9 from the outside on Sunday against Jackson State. He's 1 for 2 from 3 so far tonight. And that's a guy that, again, Missouri really wants to shoot the ball more, and they wouldn't mind seeing Connor Vanover shoot from the outside. He's about a 40% three-point shooter in his career.
You don't see that often from a guy that tall. It's really a great thing when you can stretch the court like that and also play inside. And you can see here, he is a really talented player. He was 22-23 Summit League Defensive Player of the Year, which we just saw some of that in the middle of the paint. And he averages 3.2 blocks per game.
You know where he got that from? His mom, Robin, who set several Southwest Conference records playing at Arkansas back in the day.
There you go, it runs in the family.
You know something about that, your mom can play.
Yeah, she can.
8-point game coming out of the timeout. South Carolina State trying to get back on track. Good extra passes, Simpson buries it. Nice response by the Bulldogs to push the lead back to double digits.
Yeah, they just got to stay calm and keep doing what's been working for them, not get frazzled by the Missouri run, and they're still in control of this game right now.
Otter gets the pop-out screen from Vanover, rolls to the basket. There's the lob with the finish.
Man, this is a great lineup for the Tigers right now. Vanover is just doing it on both ends of the court for them.
Missed the first 3 games because of that unintentional NCAA violation at the off-season event he played in Portsmouth. Trying to get rolling here. This is by far the most game action he has seen. Good cut to the hoop, but the defense there. Shaw and Vanover altered and erased the shot. East in the corner. Another open look. Got it to go. And Missouri's rolling a bit now, aren't they?
They sure are. And you see the Bulldogs hesitating just a little bit to go down into the paint now because they see the way that Vanover can block their shots, deflect their passes.
And there's a steal by East. Slammed down by Shaw. It's a 15-2 Tiger run, and they are back within a possession.
And it's loud in here now.
The Laura Boyle building pretty well the last few minutes, hasn't it? And Missouri picking things up. Teal trying to stem the tide, but it's stolen by Kurt Lewis. East on the drive. Lewis swung around. Otter for the tie. 3 straight triples by Nick Otter, and we're knotted at 31. Now it's Missouri who's rolling downhill. And a timeout called by Eric Martin. It's South Carolina State that needs to talk things over. It's an 18-2 Missouri run. What's Missouri doing differently here, Sierra? They've got all the momentum.
Well, for one, they're knocking down shots, which we didn't see early on in this game. And on the defensive end, now they're the ones making plays. They're deflecting passes, getting steals, blocking shots. They're making it really tough for South Carolina State to get into the paint. And now we have a tie ball game.
Live.
Changing what was working for them, or they're going to realize, okay, it's a game of runs. We had ours, they had theirs. Let's see if we can take another crack at it.
Critical 2 minutes and 52 seconds going into the half here. Let's see who is able to control and go into the break with a lead, perhaps. Coming out of the timeout by Eric Martin. That's been another part of the chess match. There have been so many runs in this first half, the coaches have had to kind of pick their spots to call their timeouts. Missouri came out of their last timeout looking really good. And let's see what happens for South Carolina State. They've turned it over 4 times in the last 5 minutes to fuel this Missouri run. They need a solid offensive possession here. Late in the shot clock. It is no good from Dubinsky, but an offensive rebound by Devion Everett. Mitchell Taylor out. Simpson, the 3. Everett is right there, and you see why he's one of the best rebounders in the MEAC early in the season.
Yeah, that's one thing the Tigers can't let happen is those second and third chance opportunities.
Everett now with 8 points and 4 boards. East. The slam. Here's seeing more energy from Aiden Shaw in the last few minutes than maybe all season long.
He's having fun with it now.
And an over and back there. Little careless at the midcourt stripe. A turnover, another one on Eric Martin's Bulldogs. Here's another look at Shaw getting vertical.
You know, they're just moving better now. The ball movement, sneaking behind the defense, and they're just looking for each other. Whereas early on in the game, they were kind of stuck on the perimeter.
I feel like this Missouri team was so undersized a year ago. They've increased their height this season. They're kind of still learning how to play that way.
It may be that way. I think they're so, like you said, so used to just playing around the perimeter, knocking down the three, that being their bread and butter. And maybe at times they just forget they can throw it up and they have guys that can jump.
Lewis from the corner. No good. Vanover. He created that. And he was calling for it up high, but it's knocked away and stolen by South Carolina State. It's Everett to the hoop. Davion Everett has 10 points to lead the Bulldogs. South Carolina State back on top. Honor goes down, slipped and fell, another turnover, numbers for the Bulldogs. Krosky got a little crossed up there. And now a tie-up. And it's going to stay with South Carolina State. Wilson Dubinsky checks back in for the Bulldogs. And Omar Krosky will stay in the game. They're going to bring Jordan Simpson out instead. Dennis Gates, animated, wanted a jump ball call. And what they're saying was that Missouri did have the ball tied up, but the Missouri player was stepping out of bounds. A minute 13 to go in the half. And a whistle on the inbound, another kick ball on Missouri. Everett's been heating up. Kicks it out to Mitchell Taylor. Everett in the paint, takes on the 7-5 Vanover and scores.
That's the way to respond.
That kid is fearless. What a first half from Davion Everett. 12 points on 6 of 7 shooting. Honor with his Tigers down by 4 under a minute to go in the half. Gets caught down there. It's got to be an open man. East backs it out with 15 to shoot. Honor from the corner. Can he stay hot? In and out. Everett another rebound. That's his 5th board of the half. Mitchell Taylor brings it up for South Carolina State. About a 6 to 7 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock as we wind down the first half. Good cut, Everett again. It's cut off this time. Swung out Krosky. That shot might have been altered. I think Shaw got a fingertip on it. And Missouri can hold with the final shot with less than 10 seconds. East, open lane, and scores. Missouri back within 2, and that is how the first half ends. Thanksgiving Eve, and we've got an interesting one going on here in Como. A game of runs in the first half. South Carolina State has the 2-point lead. 12 points for Davion Everett. But Missouri, with an 18-2 run late in the first half, gets back into this one after trailing by as many as 16. We're in a back-and-forth one now. 37-35. South Carolina State leads it. Back for more at the half from Mizzou Arena in just a moment.
For Thanksgiving this year, whoever cooked for you, say, make 7-Up cake.
The peach cobbler, my mom's peach cobbler and my grandpa's, nobody else's. Sorry, not sorry.
Not pumpkin pie, it is apple pie.
Pumpkin pie. 1 slice, please.
Oh, I love pumpkin pie, pecan pie.
I'm not a big dessert guy. I like meat and potatoes.
Pecan, however you want to say it. Pecan pie with ice cream on top.
Honestly, I just go back for the mashed potatoes and gravy. That's kind of my dessert.
My favorite Thanksgiving dessert is sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie. Or pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Only made by my grandma.
I mean, they're both orange.
It's banana pudding with strawberries in it.
Peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream.
My favorite Thanksgiving dessert is apple pie. And pecan pie. And vanilla ice cream.
and Boston cream pie. That's enough pies.
And don't forget Saturday's Week 13 SEC Network College Football lineup starts at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time. Texas A&M squaring off against 14th ranked LSU. Then Vanderbilt takes on number 21 Tennessee. And cap off your day with South Carolina hosting number 24 Clemson in a primetime rivalry matchup. All three games also available on the ESPN app. It is 37-35, South Carolina State with the lead. Surprising one here between the Tigers and the Bulldogs. Welcome back, Courtside Northern Report. DCR reporter, I'm Ben Arnett. We just heard about Thanksgiving food favorites. I'm a dessert guy, but I don't cook. So I went to, there's a place here in Columbia, this is not paid for, Peggy Jean's Pies in Columbia, Missouri. South side, west side, either location. Go there, and they'll hook you up. That's what I'm bringing to the party.
What'd you pick up? A cherry pie?
A cherry? Well, okay, so if you don't order ahead, you have to kind of like take what they have, which I think is kind of fun. So I got a cherry and a white chocolate strawberry. It's intriguing. We'll see how that goes. I don't think you have to have pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. I'm not a big pumpkin pie girl. I'm a sweet potato casserole girl. Okay.
That's what my mom makes. Has the pecan and brown sugar, little crust on top, and it's perfect.
Yeah, and this is going to be controversial, but I could honestly take or leave the turkey.
I've never had turkey. I've never had actually any meat before, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So what would you replace with turkey on Thanksgiving?
I think we just do all the other things.
Okay.
The potatoes, we still do stuffing, but not.
I'm really in it for the sides anyway. And as far as stuffing goes, my brother, who will be in town tomorrow, makes a fantastic Cajun-style stuffing with cornbread and andouille sausage. Look that up on the internet. That's a good way to go. Do we need to talk about food any longer? If we do, I might get hungry. Okay. We'll go to break. It's Missouri trailing 37-35 at the half. More from Mizzou Arena in just a moment.
Let's go. This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Seriously? This is gonna be the best day. I can't believe I'm related to you guys.
Well, you are, so.
Life's grander than the first ever Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
170, and then you have the women here who also can score the ball. The Missouri Tigers averaging 86.8 points per game, and they play Virginia, who averages 74.3. I think both of these are going to be some really fun matchups.
And that'll be a road game for the Mizzou women's team as well, and they are off to a great start. Tremendous player, fifth-year player, Haley Frank, who is leading the way for the Tigers. All right, let's take another break. We'll come back. It's almost time for second half action between Missouri and South Carolina State in Como.
You could?
Dad.
Are we leaving or?
I don't even want to go on vacation anymore.
I thought I knew you.
She has hairspray that is over the limit.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
And you're not wearing socks. Get a grip, man. We're the best. Get out of here.
We just got some dogs in SEC.
The best versus the best.
Big time matchup here. This should be a really good one.
We came for what's ours.
Ain't no love lost.
We're not having to make friends.
Another reminder, it's big time. It's the ACC-SEC Challenge begins November 28th. Before Missouri gets there, they got to find a way to get through this second half. South Carolina State with a 2-point lead at the break. South Carolina State built a 16-point lead at one point. A lot of it courtesy of Davion Everett.
I really like the way Everett came in here ready to play tonight. He is going in the paint strong. He is just bullying the Tigers, doing what needs to get done, getting offensive rebounds. He's really carrying his team in this effort.
12 points and 5 rebounds in the first half for Everett. Missouri came back with a furious 18-2 run. The outside shooting sparked it, but they also attacked the basket better.
Yeah, things really turned around for the Tigers. They were making the effort plays, making the hustle plays, and that turned into transition buckets, transition threes, and they're just looking for each other more. They're moving better. They're doing what they need to do to get back into this game, and that's why they're only down 2 now.
Everett Bulldogs attack the basket, 6 of 7 from the field. Nick Honor really helped Missouri get it going in that run to get back into the ball game. He hit 3 straight three-pointers, which got Missouri going. And they pull within 2. They got the game tied at one point. They're within 2, and we'll have the basketball to start the second half. And Missouri's going to start the second half with Kurt Lewis, Sean East, Nick Honor, Connor Vanover, and Aiden Shaw. This is something that Dennis Gates has said over and over again the first few weeks of the season. He's going to try different combinations. He's going to try different lineups. Just because he starts a certain 5 to begin the game doesn't mean he's going to stick with that group or start them to begin the second half, and that's the case here. Honor to Lewis. Lewis gets trapped in the corner. He's in trouble and almost turned it over. Missouri will keep it with 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
I really liked the energy this group brought late in the second half. We saw Vanover, getting deflections, blocking shots, knocking down threes. And this is a good group to go in and start the second half and see if you can replicate that run to get a little bit of a lead here.
You want to know why Kurt Lewis is in there? Missouri, this staff tracks plus minus. Missouri was plus 13 in the first half when Kurt Lewis was in the ballgame. Shows he's doing a lot defensively. He's got a look from the corner. Vanover catch the rebound to himself and then lost control, brought it down low, and it was swiped away by Davion Everett. It's a good look to the basket, but blocked by Shaw. Second effort blocked as well. It was Vanover with the second rejection. They bottle up Drayton Jones. Missouri in transition. East lost control, but he was fouled on the drive. And that will go against Atiba Taylor.
Missouri defensively has already started this half a lot better than they did the first half. They're getting blocks, they're packing it in the paint, and, that's resulting in them getting more opportunity.
28 of South Carolina State's 37 first half points came in the paint. Missouri finds Lewis, and a jump ball is called. And that will give the ball to South Carolina State on the alternating possession. This is the most animated I have ever seen Dennis Gates in a game.
He's fired up. He wants to get this win, and I don't blame him.
Not want to see back-to-back losses in Jackson State and South Carolina State. There's active hands, another steal. That was created by Lewis. Honor. Drive and kick. East. Cross-court pass. Shaw in the corner. Missouri going with a big lineup as Shaw turns it over. Krosky. Mitchell Taylor. Helter-skelter start to this second half. And Shaw comes away with the loose ball. Nearly 2 minutes into this second half, nobody has scored yet. East for the tie. Can't get it to go. Vanover saves it right into the hands of Mitchell Taylor. Numbers once again for South Carolina State. But Taylor pulls it back out to reset. Taylor with only 4 points in the first half gets swatted away by Shaw. East, the 55s go one-on-one, and East wins that battle to tie the game.
Speeding the blocks leading to opportunity. We just saw it right there. That leads to 2 transition points, and that's exactly what the Tigers are wanting coming into the second half.
6 blocks for Missouri so far in the game. Mitchell Taylor on the drive. Good look, but wasn't ready for it that time was Drayton Jones. Missouri transition. Honor to the trailer East. East probing the lane. Trying to work his way through and puts Missouri back on top.
That's a little ring around the rosy right there.
Missouri with their first lead in ages. Atiba Taylor around the screen, nowhere to go. Everett can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, And knocked out of bounds by Mizzou. It will stay with South Carolina State.
Missouri is really doing a better job defensively in the paint this half. They've gotten 3 blocks already, I believe, just in this half alone. And, you know, that's leading to transition buckets. You see here Sean East just running down the court, getting that layup, and, again, just dribbling around his defenders until he gets an open look, you spin back, and, you know, you get a bucket. So that's a good feeling starting the second half.
This is Missouri's first lead since it was 2-0. Tiva Taylor. Good cut. Everett absorbs the contact and ties the game.
He's playing tough. He's got to keep playing the way he has been for the Bulldogs to still stay in this game with the Tigers.
He's got 14 points in 12 minutes. Contact away from the ball, no call. Honor breaks down his man, gets blocked though. And will stay with Missouri. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Quick sub here for South Carolina State. They're looking to get James Morrow into the game, and they will. Missouri just brought in Noah Carter, Anthony Robinson, and Tamar Bates moments ago. Everett gets a rest as Morrow comes in. Bates and Missouri looking to regain the lead. Whistle away from the ball. Tiva Taylor is called for the foul. And that's 2 team fouls on South Carolina State in the half.
You know, it's getting a little physical, but I like that. Both teams are wanting this win. They're going to do what it takes.
Honor in the East. Missouri with a little bit of a smaller lineup here as they started the half with a bigger lineup. Honor, quick rotation, corner 3, Bates. Can't get it to go. Contact and a foul called on South Carolina State as Noah Carter was jockeying for position with, I believe, Morrow. We are 4 minutes into the second half, and this is a back and forth tussle, all tied up at 39 between the Tigers and Bulldogs. He's gone in there and he has brought the fight to Missouri in this one. That's a big reason why it's a tie ball game here.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he's on the bench for very long.
Get a quick rest and get back in there. He has been the heart and soul of this Bulldog team.
You can even see him from the bench directing traffic. He is locked in and he wants to win this ball game.
Doing a little coaching there. Missouri looking to regain the lead. Carter to Robinson. Been on the shot clock as the freshman pulls up from the line and gets it to go. Michael Teal into the ball game for the first time in the second half for South Carolina State, running things. Contact away from the ball. It looks like Robinson's going to get called for the foul. He collided with James Morrow. First foul on the freshman tonight. And the first foul of the half on Missouri. Teal gets it into Morrow. Missouri looking to trap. Morrow fights through but turns it over. Ahead of the pack, Robinson. The freshman to the rack.
The tables have turned. Now the Tigers are creating turnovers and getting those transition buckets. And they just got to turn this ballgame around a little bit.
And guess what, kiddos? 4 points, the largest lead of the night for this Missouri team on their home floor. Teal trying to turn it around for the Bulldogs. Good roll to the bucket, but Morrow can't get it to go. The rebound by Butler. Missouri with 2 of their 3 freshmen in the game right now. Bates almost has it swiped away by McCarty, but recovers. Missouri's got plenty of time on the shot clock. Butler hit the deck there. This game is physical. Robinson had an open look, takes it to the hoop instead, and he's got a chance at a 3-point play. You want to talk fearless. This freshman has not backed down from anything in the opening weeks of his college career.
And that is something that Coach Gates has praised about him, is just the confidence that he plays with as a freshman. You don't see that often. He's running the floor well. He's not shying away from contact either. He's getting and-ones. You know, that's promising when you have that young of a guy in there making that big of an impact.
You know what else Dennis Gates loves about him in his first 5 college games? 9-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio.
Man, that's probably music to his ears.
They love Robinson. One of the winningest high school players in the history of the state of Florida. The winningest, in fact. 109 games he won playing for Florida State Prep. And Missouri now has pushed their lead to 7. Does South Carolina State have an answer? Mitchell Taylor, their leading scorer, yet to get going. Able to beat the pressure. Everett's back into the game as you saw a second ago. Teal looking to go to work. Gets cut off. This zone for Missouri has worked for them. Simpson has it stolen away by Robinson. 2-on-1 break with Bates. To the trailer and the finish. And Missouri leads by 9. And Eric Martin and South Carolina State need a timeout.
I just love that he made the right play there. You can get excited. He's done some great things. He could have, just gone up with it, gone against the contact, but instead he gets a steal. He sees his teammate running fast with him, and he rewards him for it. And that's why they're up now.
Buddy in the control room working on Thanksgiving weekend, so all the folks at home can enjoy little holiday hoops. And Jack also, thanks for working and helping us bring the game to all of our viewers across SEC Nation tonight. Things are looking up for Missouri, aren't they, Sierra?
Yeah, Missouri's been looking very dominant early in the second half. It's just the hustle and the effort. That can change a game around so fast.
The energy is up. They built this 9-point lead over the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And to your point, the turnovers have jumped for South Carolina State. They've turned it over 11 times now. And Missouri has scored 14 points off those turnovers. Much of that here in the second half. Physical nature of the game is picked up here in the second half as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Drayton Jones down low, out to Mitchell Taylor, and an offensive foul. Robinson absorbed the contact. And boy, how good has he been the last 3 or 4 minutes for Missouri.
He's just been steady for them. He's been reliable and doing what he's supposed to do. He's been getting in the passing lane, getting steals, finishing through contact, and most importantly, taking care of the ball. That's what Coach Gates loves so much about him, is that his confidence allows him to not get frazzled and not turn the ball over.
Bates on the drive, good look, corner 3, Carter. But an offensive board by the youngster. And he finds Butler through traffic. And Butler draws a foul, he'll go to the line.
Man, looking at the court, he's not even close to the tallest guy out there. He's just weaseling his way near the basket, chasing the ball down. That's effort and hustle.
How did Robinson look his way through there and find Butler? That was a great play.
Yeah, he's a heads-up player.
We're back to the offseason, and even whenever Robinson and the other freshmen had only been in town for a few weeks, Dennis Gates was already singing his praises, saying that he was pushing Sean East and Nick Honor in practice. One rims out for Jordan Butler. Make no mistake about it, East and Honor have also taught Anthony Robinson quite a bit.
That's what you want, though. You want your vets teaching the young guys, and the young guys challenging the vets.
Saw Butler take an extra long breath there in between free throws. He missed the first. Remember, he missed a couple down the stretch against Jackson State. Ended up being the difference in a 1-point game. The freshman trying to improve there. Everett into traffic. He goes flying. Missouri with a clean block. And another transition chance for the Tigers. Carter straight to the basket and gets the roller.
They're playing a lot more downhill now. They're not stopping on the perimeter and waiting for the Bulldogs to set up their defense. They're just attacking the basket.
Pull up for Simpson. Can't get it to go. Robinson the rebound. Missouri's run is 12-0 at this point. Robinson finds East. East with a pull-up look. Rebound by Butler. And he goes in and scores. Boy, that Missouri bench is up. The crowd is loud. The pressure remains on defense. It's all Mizzou at the moment. They built a 14-point lead, their largest of the contest.
If you were watching the first half, the beginning of the first half and the beginning of the second half, you would think you're watching two different basketball games. The energy, the hustle plays, the second chance opportunities, all of it is just so much better.
I think you're watching two different teams. You look at another block there by Anthony Robinson. He's had several of those. Carter in the corner. Robinson the drive. The lob. Butler can't get there. But Robinson tracked it down. Saves the possession. Bates with the three.
That kid has a motor.
By the way, that was the fourth block already in the career of Anthony Robinson. Not exactly what you're looking for from your freshman point guard. He's doing a little bit of everything for Dennis Gates. And South Carolina State calls another timeout. Missouri's on a 17-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
And Missouri has been so dominant in the second half. They're playing downhill. They're getting to the basket. They're being so much more physical. They came out ready to throw the first punch this half instead of just take it on their heels. And it's been such a difference in the basketball game.
Defense to offense all over the floor. Missouri has completely turned this game around. Tigers opening up a 17-point lead. Times in the first few weeks of the season where he'll close out, he'll get a hand in the face of somebody, and he'll just get a piece of the ball, but he'll alter a shot. I mentioned he's got 4 blocks in his first 6 college games. Missouri's still bringing the pressure. Teva Taylor fouled by Robinson as he went for the steal. Missouri will live with that, though.
Yeah, they'll live with that. That's just better effort. They're being more aggressive, and they're not backing down just because they have this big lead right now.
Just the second team foul of the half on Missouri as we go into 12 minutes to play. There's East. Steals it from Krosky. He's got Carter with him. And Carter with the finish. Mizzou Arena explodes on that one.
These guys just look so in sync sometimes on plays like that. They know exactly where each other are at, and sometimes it doesn't even seem like they look at them.
Another rejection on the defensive end. Tamar Bates that time.
You see here, he just scoops that ball up, and they get 2 points off the steal. Transition buckets have been such a difference maker in this game for the Tigers.
Mizzou's been playing more vertically as they've gotten back into this game.
They've been getting up, they've been throwing the ball high, they've been attacking the paint the way that they had been attacked in the first half.
South Carolina State desperately needs a basket. Taylor on the baseline drive. It started with defense here for Missouri. Only 1 field goal in the second half so far for the Bulldogs. Morrow lost it out of bounds, and that'll go back to the Tigers. 1 for 11 in the second half for Eric Martin's Bulldogs. Missouri defense has had a lot to do with that, hasn't it?
Yeah, when defense leads to offense, it creates a different type of energy. It's great to score in your sets and a half, but when you're getting stops, you're getting steals, you're getting deflections, and it's leading to transition buckets, that's when you see the energy in the building really elevate.
Bunch of extra passes there at quarter 3, and Missouri's run is 22-0. Taylor driving on Carter. Morrow looked for the baseline cut. Missouri almost had the steal. Loose ball, 50-50 ball. Who's going to get it? And South Carolina State foul called on Missouri to salvage the possession for the Bulldogs. Look at this excellent ball movement. Ball not getting stuck on the perimeter.
And that was an emphasis for Coach Gates when I spoke to him at shoot-around today. He said, we need to increase the number of passes on each possession because that's when you get the wide-open shots. You're not having to force it down in the paint. You're not having to over-dribble. You're just swinging the ball quick, and you're getting wide-open looks like that three-pointer.
22 straight points, and they've done it in less than 6 minutes to Atiba Taylor. Everett over to Dubinsky. Offensive board and put back by Caleb McCarty to finally snap the run. With pressure here from the Bulldogs, Missouri breaks it, and Vandover can't finish the stuff. Mitchell Taylor held to just 2 points tonight. Everett has been the one who picked up the slack, but Missouri really turned things around when he came out of the ballgame. Foul called on the Tigers on the drive that time by Atiba Taylor. That's Robinson's second personal foul, fourth team foul. Halfway through the second half, tell you what, if you turned away at halftime and are just rejoining us, you might wonder what happened.
A little bit of confusion.
Well, the Missouri defense got turned up. Anthony Robinson scored 5 straight on his own. Tigers went on a 22-0 run, and it's been a completely different ballgame since then. Nick Honor back in for the Tigers. Robinson on the drive. Over-dribbled a little bit there, but he does draw a foul. That's the 7th team foul on the Bulldogs, so Robinson will shoot 1 and 1. Eric Martin's team coming off that 20-point loss to Tulsa. They came out with all the energy tonight. Really took the fight to Missouri in the first 20 minutes. Different Mizzou ball club here in the second half. Mitchell Taylor driving on Carter. The tip was no good, but a foul is called on Missouri. Shaw picks up the foul. 15th foul on the first personal for Shaw. Looks like it's going to be a shooting foul for Davion Everett. 16 points tonight for the kid who's been the toughest guy on the floor tonight. He's got 17 now.
He's been the toughest by far. He just needs some of his teammates to also help contribute and try and help claw out of this deficit that they found themselves in. But he's been great. He's been doing hustle plays. He's been playing tough inside. He's been getting to the basket and also getting to the foul line.
They're talking about Anthony Robinson, who a little bit of blood coming from his mouth, which I thought I saw a few minutes ago. He's going to have to come out of the ballgame. He'll get cleaned up. Anthony Robinson, such a catalyst for Missouri in this second half. The Tigers get the rebound off of this free throw by Everett, who now has 16 points and 6 rebounds. 17 points, pardon me. East across to Carter, extra pass in the corner, and Kurt Lewis drains the 3.
The ball went from one side of the court to the other, back to that side, and back to the other side of the court. And that's exactly what you want. You want to get the defense shifting and moving, and you'll find yourself with open shot opportunities.
Lewis, a big part of this comeback by Missouri on the defensive end. He gets rewarded with his first points of the night. There's a block by Carter. Missouri pushes the tempo. Honor in the corner for Lewis again. Tracked down by Shaw. He outworked Everett for that rebound. And that's saying something.
That is saying something.
East on the drive, a whistle, and a foul called. It goes against South Carolina State, Atiba Taylor. And that'll be his third personal. 18 fouls on the Bulldogs, another 1-and-1 trip to the line for Missouri, this time it's Sean East. A good bounce-back game for East here tonight. He was negative 17 in that loss to Jacksonville State. Only had 6 points and turned the ball over 3 times. He's got 16 tonight for Missouri. And a good shooting night. He's 6 of 10 from the field.
That's got to feel good to get out of that little bit of slump. You come in, and he's been a big part of the reason that they're so dominant in this game now.
As we showed you off the top of the show, had been struggling the last couple of times out. Not only the Jackson State game, but up until the point when he won the game at Minnesota with the last-second three-point play that wasn't his best night at Minneapolis either. He comes out of the game here, 17 points, a couple of rebounds, 4 assists in 29 minutes. Robinson back into the game after getting the blood cleaned up. And he immediately forces a turnover. Tigers in transition. Honor. Lewis into the middle, up and under, can't get it to go. McCarty to rebound. A 22-point lead is the biggest of the ball game for Missouri. We go under 8 minutes to play. Teal swings it around to McCarty. Back out to Krosky. That was heavily contested, but he hit it anyway. 5 points for Omar Krosky now. Missouri finds Shaw in the middle. Want the ball down low. Missouri's big guys have been doing that a lot. That drives coaches crazy, doesn't it?
It sure does. You want to keep it high. You got a lot of little hands down there when you bring it low, and it can cause some unnecessary turnovers.
Seven minutes to play. Missouri protecting a 19-point lead. A lot of cross-court passing here as we hit 10 on the shot clock. Carter has an open look from the corner. Shaw ends up with the offensive rebound. Wide open. Nick Honor. Got it.
I think they're recognizing that the Bulldogs are a little bit gassed at this point. They're just making them shift, making them work, throwing that ball across the court almost every single time on that possession. And offensive boards and second chance opportunities.
4 3-pointer for Nick Honor. It was his outside shooting late in the first half when Missouri got back into the ball game, trailing by as many as 16. Little floater from Everett. He's got 19 points. Honor again from the corner, guarded by Krosky. It's into the paint. It's a wide open look for Lewis. He passes it up for the drive. 4 on the shot clock. Carter's going to have to put it up. And instead loses control. Teal with the drive. First points of the night for Michael Teal. Honor. Nice space here. There is Shaw on the cut. And a big slam for the Kansas City Kid.
I think South Carolina State just ran out of steam a little bit. You don't see them pounding the ball defensively the way they were. They were shifting so quick, and they were all over the court in the first half. And now there's a lot of gaps in their defense.
Boy, the energy has just flipped, especially on the defensive end for Missouri. Another strong contest there. And that will take us to a break. 5 minutes to go in this one. Aiden Shaw, he has been a big part of this Missouri comeback. We know he can get up. We've known that for over a year. Missouri has pushed the lead back to 20. back in Como. 5 minutes and 2 seconds to play in this one. Missouri opening up a 20-point lead in the second half. A 22-0 run sparking this one. From here, Mizzou will be back at home on Saturday. It's Loyola of Maryland visiting Mizzou Arena. We'll have that one for you here on SEC Network. Plus, and then that big ACC-SEC showdown in Pitt against the Panthers. Wichita State here in Columbia. That's going to be a big test for Mizzou as well. Those two have played some great games the past 3 or 4 years.
They have a few tough matchups coming up, and I think it's pretty promising for them to come into this game. You know, they didn't come out the gates the way that they wanted to, but they have shown resilience in the way they responded to that. They fought back into this game, and then they just took the Bulldogs by storm, and now they're up 20.
Yeah, I mentioned Sean East had a rough night on Sunday. Was negative 17. Tonight he's plus 31.
You'll switcheroo.
Big time. Five minutes to go in this one. Now, of course, South Carolina State with a 16-point lead in the first half. They're capable of going on sustained runs, and if they've got one more left in them here, they might be able to get back into this one. Full court pressure from the Bulldogs, trailing by 18. Carter tried to help him out with a switch. Now they switch back with 8 on the shot clock. Carter has an open float. Noah Carter has come on in the second half. He's got 11 points for Missouri. Also 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Good cut that time by Simpson. More pressure from South Carolina State. They're not going away. They really set the tone with the energy in the first half. It's an all Missouri in that department in the second half. East with a nice move. The shot clock for Missouri. Honor finds an open Kirk Lewis. A tap by Carter. And his effort creates a foul on South Carolina State. That will send Noah Carter to the foul line when we come back. It's an 18-point Missouri lead down the stretch. Trying to finish this one off and improve it 4-2 on the season. South Carolina State just 7 for 22 from the field in the second half. Missouri's defense has had a lot to do with that, hasn't it?
They have turned up the intensity about 10 notches. They're all over the court. They're getting deflections. They're getting blocks. They're getting points in transition. I mean, the game just kind of flipped.
Missouri's forced 7 turnovers in this half. Davion Everett with a great game for South Carolina State. 19 points and 6 rebounds, but I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, Missouri just, when they came out and turned on the pressure, especially in the second half, they have outworked South Carolina State, and the Bulldogs kind of run out of gas here.
I think it comes down to is they have a threat in every single position offensively, whereas Everett has been doing most of the heavy lifting for his team tonight. He needed some help. He needed some guys to step up and knock down some shots and be tough along with him.
Noah Carter will have a 1-and-1. That last foul was on Jones, and it is the 9th team foul of the half. Carter has 11 points, one of 3 Tigers in double figures scoring. Now he's got 12. East leading the way with 17 for Dennis Gates. Nick Honor with 14. But a lot of different players have factored into this comeback here as Missouri trailed by as many as 16 in the first half. One of them just checked back in. That's Tamar Bates. Kurt Lewis, who he replaced, also a big part of especially the second half here. Nick Honor sparked things with His outside shooting, hitting 3 straight threes in the final 5 minutes of the first half. Missouri carried that into the second half. A 22-0 run after the game was tied at 39 early in this second half has been the difference. Nick Honor forces the turnover. Bates ended up with it. Honor will back it out. Missouri will kill some clock here. Under 10 to shoot. East. Gonna drive. Can't get it to go. Almost stole it away from Mitchell Taylor anyway. Taylor all the way. Now he's got 4 points. Remember, he came into this game as the leading scorer, averaging 12 a game. Missouri has done a good job of holding him in check. Honor with another open look. Missed that one. He is 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. What a rejection by Aiden Shaw.
They are not letting off the gas. They want to finish this game in style.
Tell you what, under 3 minutes to go, up by 18. Could have been an easy bucket. Aiden Shaw didn't give up on that play. It's at least his second block tonight. He's got 6 points and 7 rebounds and some spectacular above-the-rim plays. Maybe another coming here. East gets it to go. He and Shaw were going to work that 2-man game there for a second. I was looking for another lob.
He came in ready to play tonight. He bounced back big from their last game against Jackson State, and that's got to feel really good to have a game like this under your belt going into some of these tougher matchups that they have coming up.
19 points for Sean East. He didn't need too many shots to do it. 7 of 12 from the field. Aiden Shaw, the eraser.
He's been having so many hustle plays like this tonight. And the most impressive thing to me is, like you said, there was under 3 minutes left in the game. Honestly, they have a lead to where that bucket probably wouldn't affect if they win. But he's just not letting off the gas. He wants to finish this game and play the right way. And he's hustling down the court in a way that we didn't even see at all in the very first half.
Perhaps more importantly, he has been rebounding tonight. There's 7 boards, and that's an area that Missouri has really emphasized with the sophomore in his second season. He has 5 blocks tonight to go along with those 7 rebounds. This is Shaman Alston. Eric Martin's crew will head south after this. We'll go to Springfield to take on Missouri State on Saturday. We continue on the road. This is a long road trip. They are winless on the road this season. 3rd game of a 6-game trip here tonight. They'll finally get home on December 9th. Final minute 15 of this one. East again, and now he's over 20. 21 points for the senior. And Missouri will get Mabor Majak into the game. He replaces Noah Carter. Majak, the Cleveland State transfer, one of the walk-ons. Been with Dennis Gates for several years. He gets a little playing time in a 22-point game. Alston guarded by Bates. Almost swiped away by Robinson. And Majak with the rebound. Under a minute to play as Missouri wraps up what will be their 4th win of the season.
And I think the most impressive thing to me is just the way they stuck together when, they were getting just completely dominated in the first half and were able to turn things around. They didn't just turn it around and kind of hang in there. They turned it around and they became the dominant team.
From down 16 to up by 20. Anthony Robinson, the freshman, a big part of that turnaround late in the first half and especially early in the second half. And he drains a step back three. Robinson into double figures. 10 points on the evening. And he gets the rebound, and Missouri can close this one out. From down 16 points in the first half to a 23-point victory. The Missouri Tigers bounce back from Sunday's loss to Jackson State and improve to 4-2 on the season.